Alright, now that all that's done and out of the way, I am taking a custom HD stencil and making a design of my own. I am taking some of the old stencils that I had and just throwing a couple things together, trying to blend it in the middle, and currently I am just spraying through the stencil with black, opaque black. It's reduced at approximately 10%. So I am spraying layer by layer through this stencil very, very lightly, just working little areas and little sections at a time. The reason you keep seeing me lift it up and check underneath the stencil is, like you'll see here in just a moment, sometimes when you spray through the stencil just too saturated, you'll get a puddle underneath the stencil but on top of the surface of the substrate. So I frequently will pick the stencil up and check like so, and just make sure that if I need to, I can dab with a paper towel or I can use my finger, just so that I get those extra little puddles out. You'll see me dry the stencil, you'll see me dry the surface, and then you'll see me start to really edge in all the darkest areas first. I want to get all those areas out of the way with the black paint while I've got it in my airbrush before I switch to another airbrush. In this instance, I'm going to be going back over the stencil with black one more time to pull out some more highlights before I take the stencil off completely. I personally want to do as much of the work with the stencil in one place while I can. That also sometimes means that I will spray through the stencil with a secondary color, not black, sometimes blue, sometimes purple, you name it, I can kind of spray through it, with the exception of white in this circumstance. The thing I love most about these HD stencils is the extreme level of detail you're able to get just by spraying through with one color. It really gives me an opportunity to utilize my time very wisely because I'm able to get the majority of the details sketched out all at once and then go back and do the necessary details to pull and make the subject pop and be three-dimensional on the page. And here we've got our last stencil. I'm putting some orcas underneath our waterfall that we had up above. Just wanted to make this a three-tiered scene. Excuse me. In this circumstance, I've used this stencil before. I'm really a huge fan of orcas, being that I'm from the Pacific Northwest. I have a certain connection that I feel towards orcas ever since I went to the San Juan Islands as a child. I saw my first orca whale there, and ever since I've been extremely fascinated by them and the extreme level of intelligence that they have. As always, if you've stuck around, I very much appreciate you. Please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, ring that bell. That way you can be notified for future videos. It does really help with the YouTube algorithm, and I personally very much appreciate it. Here pretty quickly, we're going to be done with this portion, and I'll be showing you what we've got.